If you want to know how an entire family disappeared mysteriously from the face of the earth, well, as the story of how North Korea's Kim Jong-un managed to kill his brother at the airport, we have just the video for you. So thank God for surveillance cameras, right? In that case, here are the 5 unsolved mysteries caught on tape. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Number 5, Lars Mittank. As our first German man that fled from the Varna airport, never to be seen again. He was there on vacation, but no one knows what happened on the day he ran out the door and disappeared into the nearby forest. Now here's a little backstory to this. Lars Mittank was born on February 9th, 1986. This means at the time of his disappearance in 2014, he was a man that was actually 28 years old. It was June 30th, 2014, and spent their summer vacation on the sunny beaches of Bulgaria. They booked a flight and got a hotel room in the exclusive Golden Sands Hotel. But after 3 days there, something happened to Lars. You see, on July 6th, he and his friends went to a local bar to smash that like button if you haven't done so already. Sorry, but no, they actually went to watch the soccer game. The bar was pretty shady and he was an avid Werder Bremen fan. His team was playing against Bayern Munich that day and he got into an argument with some of the regulars at the bar. This argument escalated pretty quickly and Lars soon found himself on the floor. As his friends called the ambulance, he was revealed that he suffered from a ruptured eardrum and the doctor at the hospital advised him to avoid traveling for a few days. He prescribed him an antibiotic, cefuroximine, and Lars left. When his friends told him that they would stay with him while he got better, but he insisted they go off without him. So now that he was alone, he decided to check into a much cheaper hotel, the Hotel Color Varna. From what we could see in the video footage of some of the cameras, Lars acted paranoid and frightened. Before he stormed out, he called his mother and told her that 4 men were after him and they were trying to kill him. And then he asked his mom to cancel his credit cards. That was the last time anyone heard from Lars. And the video footage of him running away was even more disturbing. Number 4, John Johnson. A tall, brown 41-year-old man from Iceland left his family, friends, and entire life behind when he fled the Bonington Hotel. Apparently, John wanted to enjoy playing at a poker tournament in Ireland, so he took the first flight he could find and he went straight to Whitehall, North Dublin. This was on the 8th of February 2019. The poker tournament was that same night, so he ended up staying out late playing at the tournament. The next day, his wife flew in Ireland and she also checked in the Bonington Hotel. Now, because she arrived early in the morning, she came into the hotel at about 10 a.m. John was still sleeping at the time. They talked for a while and then Jana decided to go downstairs and grab a cup of coffee. It's during this time that John managed to run away on his wife, his children, and everyone else in his family. If you look at the footage closely, you will realize that the man was slowly walking to the door and he didn't seem to be running away. He even lit a cigarette at the hotel's parking lot. The last footage we have of him is walking on the streets of Whitehall. This is the last time anyone has ever seen him. But his wife was still in the hotel room. Since John left his wallet, keys, and phone behind, the woman assumed he would be back soon. Come nighttime, Jana started to worry when her husband didn't come back. She started calling up relatives and they all caught the first flight to Ireland to look for John. Sadly, their search was a failure and John is still missing. Some say he escaped because he lost $4,000 in the poker tournament, but no one knows where he went. Number 3, Jackie Sutton. Jackie Sutton, a BBC journalist, was supposed to be the country head of the London-based Institute for War and Peace Reporting, IWPR, in Iraq. But something happened while Jackie was staying at the Ataturk airport in Turkey, waiting for her connecting flight to Iraq. Namely, the woman missing her flight, and this is the last footage we saw of her. She is seemingly trying to get some information about her upcoming flight before she walks away, and then she's seen carrying some sort of bag in her hand. Since she doesn't have one in the first video, we're going to assume she bought some stuff from the duty-free shop at the airport, but we'll come back to this in a few moments. The thing that ended her life was the fact that she missed her flight. She was furious. In all that anger, she took her own life, strangling herself with her own shoelaces in the airport's toilets. The Turkish media did claim that Jackie Sutton took her life because she was angry and because she couldn't afford a ticket, but something didn't add up there. She actually had $2,000 on herself and 2 credit cards, which means money was no problem. Furthermore, if Jackie was so upset with missing her flight, she really would have time to shop at the airport. Something just doesn't add up here. All of the evidence suggests there was a third person involved in this quote-unquote suicide. Number 2, the Jamison family. Now, unlike the previous cases where one person mysteriously disappeared, here we have an entire family that went missing. Bobby, Sherilyn, and their 6-year-old girl Madison all disappeared on October 8, 2009. In the video, you can see the Jamisons packing up their pickup truck and heading out to buy a plot of land in Red Oak, a place about 30 miles from their home in Eufaula, Oklahoma. But their truck was found abandoned in Latimer County, Oklahoma, and the family's bodies were not found. The only living thing in the truck was the malnourished. The police discovered all of their IDs, wallets, phones, and GPS system, plus another $32,000 in cash, probably intended for the plot of land they were going to buy. Now, what's crazy about this disappearance is the surveillance camera footage. In it, their movements are described as trance-like, as if someone was controlling them. And one thing you can see in this video is the family packing up a brown briefcase in the back of the truck. The briefcase, along with Sherilyn's handgun, were never found by the authorities, leaving people to believe that this was an important clue. Now, the decomposed skeletons of the 3 family members were actually found on November 15, 2013. This was 4 years after the family went missing. To identify the remains of the people, the medical examiner's office had to use anthropological and forensic pathology testing, which confirmed that the skeletons did belong to the Jamison family, but no one knows who was behind this gruesome murder. Number 1, Kim Jong-nam. Kim Jong-nam was supposed to be the heir to the North Korean after his father, Kim Jong-il, passed away. But when he went to Disneyland in Tokyo using a fake passport, he was immediately denounced as heir to the quote-unquote throne, and his younger brother, Kim Jong-un, was proclaimed heir. In 2003, Jong-nam was exiled from his own country for this one little mistake. But when he finally left the totalitarian regime, he started criticizing the North Korean government and their practices. He even said that the trip to Disneyland was sort of defiance to North Korea. But even though he had good intentions, Kim Jong-nam died under mysterious circumstances on February 13, 2017. The security cameras captured him walking towards his gate at the Kuala Lumpur airport when a girl suddenly walked up from behind him and smeared VX nerve agent on his face. The man knew this meant trouble, and he immediately contacted security. In about an hour, he was rushed to the hospital. Kim Jong-nam died from poisoning. Who were the assassins? One of them was an Indonesian girl, while the other was Vietnamese. Immediately after the murder of the North Korean official, these 2 women were arrested and charged with murder. While one of them was facing a death sentence, she was soon laughing when she walked out of the court with a pardon. Now, any sane person would wonder why they pardoned these women. Well, that's because they said they didn't know the tissue they rubbed on Kim's face had a toxic smeared agent on it. They were told that they were being part of a TV prank, and even though they might have been telling the truth, since one of the girls we saw doing the same thing to another gentleman a few weeks ago, we still can't help but wonder who was the person that told them it was a prank, and why hasn't anyone done any investigations on this? And on that note, we end this video. But hey, which of these mysteries do you think is the craziest? You can tell us in the comments section below. If you'd like more videos like these, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any of them. And as always, thanks for watching, guys.